I'm Leanne Rowbottom, body freedom coach and nutritionist, and I help people break free from binge eating to lose weight, have more energy without dieting. So introducing Renae, who has been with me for 6 months now. And Renae, if you'd like to, congratulations to start with. You've done such an amazing job, I've seen so many big changes in you. And thanks for coming on today. So first of all, if you want to tell the audience about who you are, where you came from, and what you do for a job and your family and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I'm Renae. Hi. I am 36, just from Melbourne, Victoria, lockdown state of extraordinaire. Live with my family. I do admin for a job. I suppose I came to Leanne at the start. It was fate because I saw her beautiful dog Penny in Torquay, and then I was given a gift card from my friend, I remember now, to do a massage. Came across Leanne's website, saw the Body Freedom Project course, and I just thought to myself, there's more to this than, it's not supposed to be just a massage. It's supposed to be, you're ready now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought, get in touch, have a chat, go from there. Eating's always been a bit of a issue for me, in that, too much dieting, light and easy, all that sort of jazz, not really getting anywhere. So I thought, why not try a different approach?
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, it was like it was meant to be, wasn't it, when you first came to me? And because it's really hard to ask for help, isn't it? As far as this is really personal, vulnerable work, and it's really scary to ask for help. So it was kind of like it was meant to be. Come for a massage first and just gain a bit of a connection with me, and then go from there.
Yeah, for sure.
So at that time, Renae, what sort of challenges were you facing with food in your body? What were you going through at the time? What were your frustrations and challenges?
So I had personally been through a really bad mental health year in 2016, which then led to a lot of weight gain afterwards. Probably the heaviest that I have ever been. And I think I had lost a lot of self-control with food. I had, put a lot of eggs in that basket for happiness and all that sort of stuff, and comfort, safety, all that sort of thing. I'd really lost control in that aspect. So
yeah, and you felt like you couldn't get out of that on your own?
Yeah, I mean, what are we in now? 2021, and we started working together at the start of the year. So that's 4 years that it took to come full circle, work really hard on my mental health, and then get to the point where it's like, okay, your mind's great and strong now. Let's look at the other aspects of your body and of your health.
Yeah, so your anxiety had improved a little bit, would you say, by the time you came and spoke to me, but it was still there, but then it wasn't as intense as it once was.
Yeah,
by the time
correct. Yeah,
cool. So what made you choose my Body Freedom program as opposed to other programs or other things that you tried in the past? Or before, maybe we'll talk about first, what have you tried in the past that didn't work?
So definitely light and easy. I had tried that quite heavily on and off. My friend and I dubbed it heavy and hard by the end, because it was just not happening. No, it wasn't by the end. I was just sort of doing my own thing with it, making up my own meals that I wanted to eat, pushing aside the fruit cups, all that kind of jazz. That was probably the major one that I tried. Sort of cutting things out, I guess, is probably another form of dieting as such, but nothing really worked.
And do you feel like for you, you were trying to break free from binge eating, or were you not so aware of that at the time? It was more just like, I just want to lose weight. Like, were you feeling sort of out of control with your eating and no, I'm just actually trying to stop the binge eating? by dieting?
There's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted to lose weight, but then also didn't have that self-control to, I don't think at that time I associated the way that I was eating and how much I was eating with comfort and safety, which doing this program with you, I have learned a lot about with regards to my food habits and things like that.
Yeah, amazing. So what do you think when you had tried light and easy and these other things, what was the thing that made you choose my program as opposed to other programs that you tried in the past? What was different about it that you were drawn to?
Me personally, I was ready. Looking
Mm,
back, don't think I was ready to really, I mean, when you look at things like light and easy, yeah, you're getting the food, but you're not really learning anything. I think you've got to
mm,
be ready to learn and to face that aspect of what's going on. And
yeah.
you also came heavily recommended to me as well by a good friend of mine,
Mm.
that you walk the walk and you talk the talk of what you teach and what you've been through. And I was like, that's enough for me.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Yeah, so you felt like you were ready to look within and look at the mindset, knowing there's something more to it. If these diets aren't working, there's something else I have to look at that I haven't yet looked at.
For
Would that
sure.
be right?
And I
Yeah.
signed up really genuinely believing that it was just going to be about food.
Mm.
And it really was a whole lot more than that for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So what do you think made the program so effective for you?
Definitely our work that we have done around mindset, limiting
Mm.
beliefs, things that were very deep seated within me that I probably knew but brushed it aside, covered it up
Mm.
with food,
Yep.
all those sorts of things. So
Mm.
it's not easy work by any means, but it's very rewarding work. And I feel a lot lighter. People have noticed differences in me in that I will, go out now. Sometimes on a whim, I'll message, my friends, do you want to go and do something? Like that just wasn't happening before. So there's
Yeah, so with the
definitely,
anxiety, was it the anxiety that was holding you back from doing that, or was it wanting to hide your body? What was it that made you not want to go out?
it was feelings of safety and comfort in
Mm.
my own surroundings. I mean, when you're at home, you can just, hang out in your sweatpants and stuff like that, not have to think about that
Mm.
kind of comfort. Whereas when you go
Yeah.
out, you have to dress up, things might feel tight, you might, all those sorts of things come into it. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's about the body and feeling comfortable in your body as well as in your mind.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I think they go hand in hand, really.
That's right. And it's so easy to hide at home when when we've been binge eating, we're feeling yuck in ourselves and we don't want to show our body. We don't want to show up in the world in general. And
Absolutely.
that's definitely one of the things that I've noticed in you is how you're showing up now. It's amazing. So, if you want to tell people a bit about that now, like as a result of doing the program, what are some of the changes? What's been happening for you? What are the changes that you've made?
I definitely feel more confident in myself and what I have to offer people in this life.
Yeah.
I have started my own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exciting. I'm
I
still getting
probably
used to
have to
saying that.
share. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing because this was not on the agenda at all. Like all
No,
these extra things have happened and you weren't even talking about a business. There was no way you believed you could even do that at the start. And you were talking about, oh yeah, I like oracle cards and I'm quite spiritual and intuitive, but now it's just gone full throttle. Now you're really embracing who you are without that fear of judgment. That's one of the big things I've
absolutely.
noticed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more now about, I said before, I stopped, I was getting bogged down in looking for these things externally, safety, comfort, love, all those sorts of things. And through our work together, I've really learned that I need to cultivate that for myself. I'm the
Mm,
only person that can create my own safety. That was a massive shift for me.
mm.
And in through doing that and drumming those kind of belief systems in has really led to pushing myself to get out there and really I mean, I really want to help people. I feel like I've got a lot of a lot of things to offer in what I've been through with mental health and
Mm,
even the work that we've been through now as
mm.
a bigger person and what was holding me back and all those sorts of things. So I really want to help people and help guide them through that transition for themselves now as well through
Yeah,
energy work. And yeah, it's really exciting.
amazing. And now that you're actually stepping out and doing that, you're getting the results back. So it's kind of like rewiring your brain. Oh my God, I can do this. I'm actually good at what I do. People are loving the results they're getting with their readings and the work that you do with them. So that's, really changing. It's sort of building your self-worth exponentially. It just keeps going up and up and up
I think we
because you're
often,
being who you are now. You're embracing who you really are without that
yeah.
fear of judgment.
And I think we as human beings look for gratification a lot from external sources. So when
Mm.
you start getting that through things that you're doing for yourself, that's a game changer as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So, what would you tell everybody about the things with food in your body, the changes that have happened, and how far you've come with food in your body?
So I have definitely learned a lot about nutrition
Hmm.
in that like sugar intake, dairy. I can't tell you what not as much dairy has done for my skin. It's
Mm.
yeah. Gut health
And that
has
was it.
been
Sorry, I was going to say, and that was a choice of yours to do that, wasn't it?
yes.
Cutting out dairy. That wasn't a part of the program. That's just something you discovered on your own along the way.
Yeah, and I think everyone will have, different things that work for them and what doesn't. I think you've
Mm.
just got to be open to trying new things as well. Like I
Yeah.
never wanted to, go away from sugar, for instance.
Mm.
And now it's like, okay, I'm looking at things in a different light. I'm not having as much or I'm replacing that with other things. So in the afternoon snack, for example, at work, 3 p.m. slump, everyone gets it. I would normally reach for something sugary, a treat. Now it's
Mm.
like, okay, I'll have some almonds or something
Mm.
that's going to sustain my energy levels better. We were speaking before about ways in which I used to be really anxious about having more than one thing to do in a day. Whereas now
Mm.
it's like, okay, you've got more than one thing to do in a day. What are you going to do to help yourself get through that? So
Yeah.
keep hydrated, do your breathing in the morning,
Mm.
eat foods that are going to sustain you throughout that day as opposed to, you know, a burger that's going to make you feel super sluggish, might
Yeah.
upset your tummy a little. Like, I just don't have, you get to a point where you're like, okay, I want to do these things. I don't have time to feel shit anymore.
That's right. And it was like, it wasn't until we had to do a lot of deep work beforehand, till you actually even wanted to take care of yourself, till
Yeah.
you wanted to break free from binge eating. So there was work to be done before that. And I just noticed such a big shift in you when you started reading food labels, like we did a session on nutrition. And you started reading food labels and got really excited about that because you were concerned about your health and your blood sugar levels, for example, from a medical perspective. So we looked into that a little bit, and I just saw this change that you actually wanted to take care of yourself, and that's what it's all about. It's kind of honoring who you are and getting rid of those judgments about yourself, about food and your body, so that you can just show up in the world, show up in life, and actually want to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So, in my eyes, you've been so successful in the sense that you've broken free from binge eating. You now love yourself more. You're taking care of yourself and you're actually creating your life now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been, it's not easy work, don't get me wrong. However, it's so worthwhile. I
Yeah.
feel, I was feeling so stuck in my 30s. not knowing where I was going, what I was doing, basically just at home all the time, eating crap, all those sorts of things. So to get to that point where we've done that hard work, we've, released that judgment, we've spoken through, those limiting beliefs and really nutted out where they came from, why they were here, what purpose were they serving at that time, where can you go now? And you get to a point where you feel lighter, and it just sort of clicks. It doesn't happen right at the start, but you get to a point where you're like, I feel better now. Like things are rolling, things are moving.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
noticed a shift too. Once you broke free from the binge eating and you were starting to read food labels and take care of yourself, then if there wasn't an incident of emotional overeating or just eating a bit too much sometimes, that would remind you, oh my God, I've changed so much. It's like that food doesn't feel good for me now. And it's like that was the game changer for you. Oh, now I'm so much more in tune with my body. I can actually feel what doesn't feel good anymore. But at the start, I couldn't so much. Would you agree with that?
I am the sweets queen. Like, it's just my thing. People know I love sweets. For my birthday this year, I had a cupcake, and that would normally not be an issue. Like, I would have about, 20 of them on my birthday.
Yeah.
Love that. That one cupcake did not sit well with me at all. And I truly believe it's because I had been so mindful about my sugar intake and really trying to reduce those things and eating different things that felt better within my gut, that when I had an overload of sweetness, it just, oh my gosh, I got so anxious. I felt so sick. And that was a really good physical extreme reminder of how far I've come and what feels good in my body now. And that's not to say you can't have a cupcake, but it's honoring, it's listening to your body more. It's being more in tune with you. It's what your body wants, what your body needs. It's honoring yourself more.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
because you feel better about yourself now, you're wanting to honor your body now. But because your body is healthier now, it's rejecting those foods. Your body's giving a really clear signals, isn't it? With the nausea and everything that you had that day, it was horrendous. It's like, oh no, this doesn't feel good for me. So,
No.
and how much better is it when it's so obvious that what your body doesn't need anymore?
It's a really, really good reminder of where you are going as opposed to where you have been. Yeah.
And I remember your mum said to you the other week something about, I can't believe you've lost 5 kilos just from focusing on the belief systems, including judgment.
A couple of people have actually said that to me. They said that they've noticed that I've lost weight in my face and around this sort of area. What have you been doing? Have you been, going walking, running, all that sort of stuff? And I'll be completely honest, I haven't even, fully incorporated exercise yet into my daily routine. Just through eating better or making better choices and working through self-limiting beliefs, I've dropped at least 5 kilo already. And I can tell in my clothes don't feel as tight, which gives you more confidence because you feel more comfortable. That's another element of being or wanting to go out now, is feeling more comfortable in your clothes. That makes you more comfortable in your surroundings, who you are as a person, all that sort of stuff. It's a flow-on effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was like that happened pretty suddenly. It's like once we did all the heavy work, as you said, it just switched. We don't know when or why or how, or we know why. But once the mindset really started to change, your body just naturally changed. It just naturally followed, didn't it? Once the mind changed.
I think it took us, so I've done 2 12-week programs with you now. And I think the first one was very heavily, without me going into it knowing it was going to be heavily like that, set around my self-limiting beliefs. And we worked really heavy around those and through those for 12 weeks. And then after that, the next 12 weeks has been where we were able to get more stuck into nutrition, not meal plan, dinner plate model, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like we attempted to do a lot of those things at the start, but you weren't ready. So it was we needed to just sit in where you were at and just tailor it to what you personally needed at the time, so that we could get you to the point where you wanted to do that and you were ready to look more at the food and the body. So sometimes we have to do that deeper work first before we're ready, and that's okay. There's no wrongness in that. We're all just at where we're at. We're all on our own path and our own journey.
100%.
So Renae, what would you say to someone considering doing the 12 weeks to body freedom program?
Do it. Just do it, as Nike says. I honestly, I just keep thinking to myself, I think you become a bit retrospective towards the end of things. I won't forget this. Like I'm 36, and there was a lot of hang-ups about being 36 and not married, not with kids, all those sorts of things. Where am I going? What am I doing with my life? Like, why am I eating like this? All this sort of stuff. I finally feel like things are moving forward, and I think it's due to having that willingness at the start to want to do the work, but also having someone like yourself. I think when you have someone to show up for, like it's not just you, going through it yourself. Like we have our sessions once a week. So that's once a week where I need to be present with what we're doing at the very least. It makes you accountable. That's probably the word that I'm looking for. And you learn so much about yourself, what you want for yourself, why it's probably not been happening for you the way you wanted it to, what it feels like to feel good in your body is a massive thing. I think a lot of people out there are walking around and they're not feeling good within their body or themselves. And you get a sniff of that and you're like, okay, let's go, let's keep going.
And I think that was a challenge for you too, Renae, because if you haven't known in the past what it's like to feel good and to feel comfortable in your body, that's a whole new world for you. And that's why we had to do all that deeper work to start with.
100%.
And you've just come such a long way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's really
amazing. You've just done so well, and I'm so proud of you, without sounding patronizing or anything, but as your coach, I'm so proud of you and how you really took it on board and committed to you and your health and your life. And it makes me really, really happy to see how far you've come as far as creating your life now and creating a new business and doing tangible things, moving towards that. And I can see how much happier and more grounded that you are now. So
that's a good thing to note as well. I think the happiness that comes along with it. I think it even starts to shine out of you and other people see it. And that's really lovely for other people to notice those changes in you without you even saying anything to them. I think that's real, tangible, notable change. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, well done, Renae. Well done. It's amazing, and you should be really happy with yourself and excited about your life now.
Yeah, so excited. Thanks, Leanne.
Yeah, thanks for coming on today, and I'm sure everybody will get a lot out of that. Yeah, appreciate your time, and you and I will stay in touch, no doubt.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Renae.
Thanks.